Good morning. Welcome to day 9 of the Aquarian Shift Activation meditations. Let's go ahead and come into our virtual circle, coming together, sitting shoulder to shoulder, elbow to elbow, knee to knee, side by side, and bringing all of our focus, all of our attention into this focal point at the center of our circle. Let's make this a dot. Right? If you've been following along, we've talked about the dot. Today is the day where consciousness, right? We become consciousness more so than the identification with the time and space four-dimensional realm. Our material world that we are most identified with. The world of the multiplicity, the world of the either or, the conditions, the competition, the, I have and you don't, competitive realm that we've lived in. It's a realm that has been, in the 3 dimensions of space and the dimension of time. So really, Ibn al-Arabi, who is one of the Sufi scholars, spoke of the dimension of time as a 4th dimension. And that, answering that question of how can God be an all-knowing God who knows everything from beginning to end when everything is happening in a linear fashion in this realm and things are moving and unfolding over time. And the choices we make and all of that, it is where we go depends on the choices we make, and those haven't been made yet. And Ibn al-Arabi wrote about this, and he actually he wrote about us as being like space worms. And I think of us more as like space octopus, because there are so many routes that we can take and travel. And it's really all happening at the same time, but so in other words, and the dimensions beyond this realm, like the all-encompassing dimension beyond this, you could see the entirety of the space worm or the space octopus. And you could see the entirety of it from beginning to end, where there is really no beginning and no end because there is no time. And as the worms or the tentacles pass through this 3D space realm, and with time being that 4th dimension of it, as it passes through this realm, what we're getting is a cross-section of it. And the cross-section of it, we're seeing it in a linear fashion, because from this greater realm, the realm beyond this, you can see the entirety of it. But as it passes through this realm, you only get a cross-section, one cross-section at a time, which is what gives us our 4th dimension of time. And I noticed my mathematician friend just joined. I invite you to, I know you and I geek out in the similar way on that kind of stuff. So I was just speaking of Ibn al-Arabi's, what he wrote about time as the 4th dimension. So I invite you to go back and listen to that. So as we come into our circle, what we're going to do today is we have downloaded the template from the gateway, right? That is coming through that Aquarian gateway that's available to us. We've downloaded that template. We've downloaded the conceptual big picture of it. We've downloaded how it segments and the attributes of the various segments and the relationship and harmony and flow between them. This has now taken form and shape into our bodies and into our fields and into our consciousness. And it came into a crystallized manifestation within the cellular consciousness. And then yesterday we brought in the soul layer and interwove that consciousness, that new template, the new information through the body and soul. Today we're going to go back as these beings who have crystallized this new knowledge the new template into our bodies and interwoven through the body and soul. And now we're going to open and travel through that portal beyond this time-space realm to what is called in the Sufi teachings the world of pre-eternity. Pre-eternity. Pre-eternity means outside the realm of time and space, outside and beyond the realm of time and space. It's where we come from, and it's where we return to when we leave the physical body. But we're going to bring our consciousness now to that place. And in this fifth dimensional and beyond is where you can recognize, it's like you lose your attachment, or release, I should say, your attachment. It's not that we don't still walk in this material realm and, you know, I have to be somewhere at a certain time today, but we lose our attachment and dependency on this four-dimensional realm, right? Lose the attachment, and it's more like where your consciousness is. This is where you are, and the possibilities that exist beyond this four-dimensional realm are available to you. And they've always been available to you, but they're available to you in a more conscious way where you can interact with them consciously and be a part of really swimming and existing in that realm, and consciously having interactions and decisions from that broader vantage point, from that broader existence. Okay, so bringing all of our focus and attention into the center of our circle in the name of the one most merciful, ever compassionate. We call on you. We ask you to send your vibration of your pure divine light. And let this pure divine light come in, touch your skin, shine on your face and your shoulders and your arms and your whole being, and let your being absorb in that pure divine light. Let it come through, cleanse and purify all of your body, all of your consciousness, your sensory pathways from the outer, where you take in information from the outer world into your physical being. That's through your eyes, your ears, your nose, your mouth, your pores of your skin. Let that light travel all the way through. Really take it all the way into your core. You can breathe it in with your breath. Let it come in through your heart center. Breathe it in through your heart, all the way into your core. And again, as you exhale, drop down and land into your hips and let it travel along your vertical core, this pure divine light. In the name of the one most merciful, ever compassionate, we call on you. We ask you to send your vibration of your unconditional love, the existence of love that loves unconditionally and is nothing but loving, regardless of any conditions we may think that love has. Those are ours, not of the love itself. So let yourself be bathed, showered in this gentle rain of unconditional love. Let it flow all around you, shower you, hold you, contain you, love you. This is total love, acceptance, envelopment in the unconditional love. And let your heart center, this funnel of energy from the front of your heart, it extends from your chest. Let it tip up slightly and allow yourself to receive this gentle rain of the pure unconditional love into your heart center, flowing through your heart, through your heart. Breathe it in. Let your heart center be a breathing portal, breathing it in through your heart. And as you exhale, release any of the tension from your heart center. Let your heart soften and receive this gentle rain of pure unconditional love, receiving it all the way in, all the way into that place where your heart center, that funnel, meets into your vertical core. Let your conscious body just lean back into that waterfall of your vertical core, of that light coming through the vertical core. and perfect temperature, bathe in that existence, that waterfall of light, receiving that stream of unconditional love. Just let it fill you, let your body be like a sponge and draw it all in, all the way to your core. And again, drop down and land into your hips. Let yourself ground into your body and receive and be. And now, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, in the name of the one most merciful, ever compassionate, we call on you. We ask you to send your vibration of eternal compassion. Vibration of eternal compassion, Rahman. Rahman. And this feel that ocean of eternal compassion. The eternal means beyond this time and space realm. Eternal, it only has, I love that the realm beyond this is called the pre-eternity, because eternal only has a reference from the time and space realm. When we're in the time and space realm, we can speak of eternal because it means beyond the time and space. In the realm of the pre-eternal, there is no time and space to speak about. So it's before the existence of an eternal. And let your heart take that in. Let your heart take that in. So Rahman is the eternal compassion, the compassion that extends beyond our time and space realm and contains the entirety of this existence, this time and space existence, contains it in the womb, the cosmic womb of our existence. So the Rahman, the Ra, ray of light, the breath of spirit, the fluid existence, and the manifestation. The function of the womb to bring through that ray of light, the radiant light of source, through the breath of source, into the fluid existence, into manifestation or soul. I'll let that Rahman, as Rumi said, you are a cup. These forms that we seem to be are cups floating in an ocean of living consciousness. So allow your cup to float in the ocean of living consciousness. Open cup, living consciousness flowing through your cup and holding and supporting your cup. Don't be the cup with a dry rim. Allow your cup to sink into the ocean, and float within the ocean of living consciousness. And Rahim, the portal through which the living consciousness flows into the cup to fill your existence with this ocean of living consciousness, where the compassion, the divine compassion, comes through for you individually and for every element of the creation, specifically and individually. Rahim. So be the cup, be the ocean, be the portal through which the living consciousness flows. Truly, you are the ocean of living consciousness. So let this portal, let the living consciousness move through your portal to completely fill your cup as your cup floats in the ocean of living consciousness. And now breathe in through your heart center all the way. Let your consciousness drop all the way through to that place where your heart center meets the vertical core, and let yourself just fall into that portal, that doorway, the doorway between the ocean and the cup. Let yourself land there And we called on the divine name Mutakabir. Mutakabir. That embodiment of the fluid existence, bringing through the mystery, bringing the creation to that focal point, that portal, and beer into the light. Mutakab. And let your breath flow along, back and forth along that door sill, opening that door, letting go of any past attachments to the material realm, to the four-dimensional time and space. Letting go of any attachments. And then we brought through, you can bring your hands into that position here and connect with that template that comes through this Aquarian gateway to receive through your portal and into your consciousness the big picture concepts of this new era of peace and unconditional love. It's a new template from what we've been living in. To receive that template, first the big picture of it, and that's colic, receiving the big picture, colic, and bari, the individual segments of it, and their divine attributes, their qualities, their relationships and harmony and flow between them, and al-musawwir, bringing them into shape and form, the different pieces into shape and form, and zahir, crystallizing this knowledge and this existence into your cellular consciousness, and batin, and infusing all of this from the cellular consciousness into soul, and batin, and zahir, and batin, zahir, and batin, interweaving between body and soul. And now we call on the divine name of Awal. Awal. Awal is the first, and there is no beginning. This is the realm of the pre-eternity. And the wa in sound codes means wa means and it's the all-encompassing and the all means the, right, which is the unified existence. And the it's spelled A-W-W-A-L, so it's got the two W's in the middle, Awal, and that oo in the middle is that, it's like that portal, the directional portal that moves between the realm of the all-encompassing and the unified existence. This takes us into that realm of pre-eternity. So we call on Awal, and let yourself now play with those sound codes. Bring that vibration into your fluid existence and into your heart center. You can use that hand position to really help direct it into your heart, and face your heart toward this portal, Face your heart toward the portal. And call on your source. Call directly on your source. Oh. 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 And just let your heart and all of your senses turn to face your source, and with intention of moving through this portal, you can extend your heart to be like heart to heart with the heart of your source, the essence of the heart of your source. And breathe that in and extend your hands. Extend your hands and extend your heart, like the hands of your heart. And just imagine, perceive your source, the angels sent from your source to take your hands and to guide your heart. And as you face into this heart of your source and through this portal, just say yes. Say yes. And allow yourself to be guided and to be carried. And let your heart be guided through that portal. Through that portal. Oh. 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 And use your breath to help you to release any of the attachments to the time and space material realm. This is a shift in consciousness. Your that template has come in and activated your DNA strands that will allow you to live in this fifth dimensional realm. And to say yes to allowing yourself, your consciousness, to be transitioned into this realm of consciousness, of the state of the unified being, where your consciousness like your consciousness can determine where you are, what's available to you, not dependent on all of the conditions that you've known before. Letting go of the conditions, letting go of the attachments, becoming the consciousness. Let yourself travel through that portal. Oh, 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 oh. Let your heart say yes. Let your mind say yes. Let your body consciousness say yes. Let your soul say yes. Let your spirit say yes. Let your knowledge say yes. Yes. Yes, yes. Amen. 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 Oh. 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 Take a deep breath. You are the ocean of living consciousness. Let yourself be free. Free to be the ocean in the realm of pre-eternity. Free of the attachments. Be the ocean in the realm of pre-eternity. Pure consciousness. Let's take a minute and bow your hearts again in gratitude to your source for what you have received. And let the bowing, the reverence, the gratitude, let that wave through your body and anchor in what you have received and more deeply into your cellular consciousness. Kun fayakun, be and it is. Kun fayakun, be and it is. Kun fayakun, be and it is. I thank you for being here today. That concludes our meditation for today. Please use these recordings, go back, repeat them, sit with them, spend even more time with these sound codes and allowing yourself to be transitioned, to be transformed, and your consciousness to be expanded and set free. Thank you.